You think you don't have what it takes to be a millionaire in your family, or you think you don't have what it takes to be a healer in your family? You think God blessed somebody with more than what he blessed you with? I don't think that. I think we all individually are built the same. Individually, we individually have different looks. My hair texture might be different than yours. My skin color might be different than yours. But individually, we still built the same. We still have the brain to read, to study. And it tells you in this Bible, hold on, it tells you in your book. I like going back to this book because this is what y'all swear by. This is what y'all think is the way to, salvation. So because y'all think this is the way to salvation, let me show you how y'all not even practicing what y'all believe in. Why you think the Jews are in position to where they can put their family, these things, they have generational wealth. They writing up these contracts. Okay, let's say, for example, I'm a black male. Most black males, either you go to the NBA, NFL, you go to some sports team, or you become a rapper, or you become a drug dealer. Those are the three options made in America for black men. Just so happen, okay, you might have a business. 4 options in America for men. Other than that, you poor. Other than that, you broke. Other than that, you broke. If you ain't an athlete, if you ain't an entertainer, if you don't have your own business, you know what I'm saying, or generational wealth, or a drug dealer, you broke. You get what I'm saying? But how come every other race can get their people into good positions to where they have and created generational wealth? How is that? The only thing I see different is every other race reads. Every other race practice group economics. I messed up on my word. They practice group economics. I can't say that. Why I can't say that? Group economics. Every other race practice group economics. And they practice group economics because they understand the power of sticking together. They understand the power of sticking together. Now, we all could be in the same household. Me, let's say y'all. Let's say we all live in the same household, right? We would rather leave and pay 3 or 4 or 5 different separate rents, 3 or 4 or 5 different light bills, 3 or 4 or 5 different water bills, 3 or 4 or 5 different phone bills. We would rather do that than to stick together and live in this house for 5 years, create generational wealth. Now we all got businesses. Now we all can branch off if we want to. These people come from their country. They know, okay, this is the game plan. We're going to live in this house. All 8 of us, we're going to live in this house. We're going to share the bills. We're going to do this the right way. We're going to read. We're going to study these grants. Oh, look, the government is giving out X, Y, and Z. All we got to do is apply. Oh, the government is giving out this, that, and the third. All we got to do is apply. Oh, they got this new program. They getting all the shit. And all we doing is going to parties. As soon as we get money, we go to parties, throw the money away, buy drinks. As soon as we get money, what we do? The women all go to the Chinese man and get weave. Go to the Asian man and get weave. God damn, none of our money is sticking with us. As soon as we get money, what we do? We go give it back to the Asian man, get the Jordans. God damn, we go give it back to the white man, get some video games. Our money is not sticking with us. Lack of knowledge. We don't know what to do with our money. We don't know how to read. Okay? Let's go back to the scripture. These people coming over from their countries, reading, applying for grants, getting their kids in the best schools, getting their kids in this, that, and the third. It ain't that we can't do it. We don't know how. But it tells you in your Bible. As soon as I find this damn verse. I just had it too. I don't know how I lost it. Boom, here you go. Hosea chapter 4. Verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. We get killed every day. We suffer every day. We kill each other for lack of knowledge. You might be Jamaican. I might be Haitian. That other person over there might be African. We all the same people. But because of lack of knowledge, because we don't understand this, we look at each other as the enemy. We kill each other. We hurt each other. But we praise these other people. We go in their stores and we smile and we spend our money and we brag about spending our money in their stores. Back in the days, we were forced to be on our own. Before integration, we were forced to have our own. We were forced to get our own doctors, our own lawyers, our own teachers. We were doing so good without these people. We were teaching our families and our students without these people that they had to bring crack in. They had to infiltrate us. They had to use us against each other because we were thriving without them. How is it that in 2020, we can't get that back going? How is it that in 2020, we still suffering? We still the children on the planet. We still the laughing stock of all the races. How is that? When we make everything go viral, we create all the new dances. We create all the new fashion. We create everything. But because we don't know how to read, we get cheated out of our money. We get cheated out of our contracts. We get sued. We get played. We get a tenth of what we don't even get a tenth of what we worth. We get a fifth of what we worth. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. One more time. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. So basically what God is saying in the scripture is because you don't want to go learn, because you don't want to go fill your brain with information and read and get new languages, understand what's going on, get into the shit that, black people think shit is boring. Oh, reading a book is boring. Yeah, it's boring, but it's knowledge. It might be boring, but it's knowledge, because you can pass this knowledge down to your children. And now because you know, your children know. And now because your children know, they children know, and y'all can start generational wealth. I just found out some information on credit, right? A lot of black people credit is messed up. And we think because, we're black, the system is set up that way. They want us to have bad credit. White kids to start off with 700 credit scores. No. That's not the case. We don't know how to properly use credit. We don't know how to properly manage credit. Peace, how you doing?
Good,
you doing all right? You need some help?
A little bit, thank you.
I got you.
My first time having both my kids out.
Oh yeah?
Yes, sir.
So look, let me get this.
Thank you.
Boom. We in there. Now you in there.
Thank you.
All right, let me know if I can help you out with anything.
All right, thank you.
All right. So boom, it's not that I'm over here on live doing a little video talking about some stuff and all that. Okay. Yeah. But it's not that. But if you need any help, just let me know.
Thank you.
All right. So it's not that I forgot what I was saying. It's not that we don't have a fair share at credit. It's that we wasn't properly taught how to manage credit, how to use credit. We didn't go out there and read and understand how credit works. So once again, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. So because we don't know how to use credit, because we was taught how to manage credit, because we didn't go out there and search for the information. Mind you, we in the age of information. You can't say, oh, well, my parents didn't know about credit or my parents' credit is jacked up. How long the internet has been out? How many times did you say, I'm going to research everything about credit, how to understand credit, how to get my credit right, and teach this to my family, teach this to my kids? How many people said that? But y'all know all the celebrities' names, y'all know their kids' names, y'all know the new songs, y'all know the new dance, y'all know everything. So what you're paying attention to is entertainment. You're not paying attention to information. Because if you wanted information, if you wanted help, if you wanted a better life, you would be going to look for that information. The information is out there. I just found this information out like, damn, I never knew this. I'm 30 years old. I never knew this about credit. You know what I'm saying? Wow. This is crazy. If I would have known this when I was 19, if I would have known this when I was 18, I would have been better off in a better predicament. But I never knew this. Guess what? My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. So because I never went out there to search and study this information for credit, never said the information wasn't out there. It's because I never applied myself to go get that information. I never applied myself to go get that knowledge. I never applied myself to fully understand credit and how to use it and how to manage it. I never did that. I got to take that responsibility. You get what I'm saying? Somebody said the Bible was written by the Greeks and Romans to justify genocide of our people, which changing history to his story. The Bible has everything in it, including the secrets to defeating this. Yeah, the Bible, it has its flaws. It has its pros and its cons. Not all of it is the truth, but it has good truth in it. But this is not the only book you should read. Matter of fact, if you're a Christian and this is the only book you're reading, you're bugging, because that's lack of knowledge. All the answers is not in one book. All the answers is not in one book. Remember, this book was taught and preached to you and beaten to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you still can go to this book and pull out jewels and gems. You can go to any book. There's some truth to every book. You can go to each and every book and pull out some truth and some gems. But y'all not reading. This is why I say my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So you get anything from this video, research. You owe it to yourself. You want a better life? You want a better lifestyle? You have to go out there and acquire the information to get that better lifestyle. It's not that you can't have it. It's not that that person is better than you, or that person's credit is better than yours, or that person's skin is better than yours. No, it's that you are not applying yourself to gather that information to acquire that better lifestyle. You got people out here who don't pay taxes. Taxes is for suckers. You get what I'm saying? But to the working class citizens, y'all think y'all have to pay taxes. No. If you knew how to read and search information, you can get tax deductibles, you can get tax breaks, you can get non-tax, you can become tax exempt. You don't know how to apply for it. You don't know the information. So you're suffering. So you're paying double, triple, quadruple because you don't know how to become tax exempt. What does that mean? My people will be destroyed for lack of information. You know how many black people lose their homes because they can't pay the taxes on their homes? You know how many people lose their home every year? They pay for their home. You got people who grandmothers worked their butts off and paid for their home, brought their home, and then lose it because they can't make the tax payments. But I guarantee you, if they read and knew how to become tax exempt to where they didn't have to pay taxes, they would have did it. They wouldn't have been destroyed. They would have been saved. You get what I'm saying? They would have had help. You know how many other races is doing that? The Indians, the Chinese, every other race, they know how to get tax exempt. They come over to this country, know how to be tax exempt. We born in this country don't know how to be tax exempt. You got to understand, information is something that you have to go get. Nobody's going to come to you and say, hey, here's all the information on how to play this game of life. You have to be wanting to get this information. You got to search for it.
Thank
You got. All right, now you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You got it?
Yes, sir.
All right. You got to go get this information. You got to go want this information. How bad do you want a better life? How bad do you want to be free? How bad do you, like, think about it. Just 80 years ago. Just 80 years ago. This is not even a long time. My grandmother is 82. Just 80 years ago, it was illegal to know how to read. It was illegal for you to have this color skin and know how to read. They was killing you. They was lynching you. They was doing that for a reason. Come on, y'all. Y'all gotta smarten up. Like, you can't be fooled by all these distractions and all this stuff that's going on in the world, because it will distract you. And the next thing you know, you'll be caught up doing some nonsense. You'll be caught up in a dead-end job. You'll be caught up somewhere. Never stop learning. Never stop reading. That's how you get your brain cells to work and to thrive and to come up with more ideas and be creative. You have to leave something for your children. You have to leave something for the next generation. You did not come to this earth just to party and have sex and leave. You came here to make it a better place, but you're suffering. You will be destroyed because you have lack of knowledge. You will be destroyed because you have lack of knowledge. You can't let these people outdo you, outsmart you, outbetter you, outthink you, raise their children up better than yours. We come on. We've been on defense for the past 100 years, 400 years. We need to be on offense now. We need to understand this trickery, this wordplay, this sorcery. This is sorcery. They locked us in and we don't know how to access it. We don't know how to get out. We don't know the codes. We got to read. We got to acquire as much information as possible and pass it on and talk to each other and build. We got to get out of this shit. We got to get our children out of this. Think about it. The government gave you $1,200, right? For this whole COVID vaccine, they gave you $1,200 for 240 days. They gave you $1,200 one time, and that was supposed to last you for 240 days. Break that down. That's damn near like 60 cents a day. So they gave you 60 cents a day for the people who did get the stimulus checks, because I didn't get one. For the people who did get a stimulus check, they gave you 60 cents a day and told you that that was what you needed to survive with. What kind of shit is that? What is that? Now, Joe Biden is cutting that in half. He's saying we only gonna give you $600. Not monthly, not weekly. We giving you $600. How you gonna survive with that? Break that down. That's 30 cents a day. How you gonna survive off that? How you gonna feed your family? What happens when there's no internet, when there's no power, when you can't call nobody? Do you know how to garden? Do you know how to live off the land? Do you know which herb to take? Do you know how to grow fruits and vegetables? Do you know how to store things? Do you know how to collect herbs and fruits and make non-perishable foods and put them in the mason jars? Do you know this information? If you don't know this information, guess what? My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. You will be destroyed. You cannot count on the government to take care of you. You can't count on me to take care of you. You have to be the person to take care of your family. If you don't know something and your family suffer, guess whose fault that is? It's you. It's your fault. If I don't know something and my daughter is suffering, it's my fault because I didn't go out and get the information. I wasn't prepared. I didn't study. I didn't learn. I stopped growing. I stopped evolving. I stopped learning. I stopped. So now she has to suffer. That's what happens in our household. That's what happens in black family household. Our mothers and fathers stop learning. They stop growing. They stop reading. Therefore, we got to pick up the shit where they left off at, and we stop growing. We stop learning. We stop reading. And it's a generational curse. It just keep going on. No, break the curse. Break that. Our kids should not grow up not knowing about credit. Our kids should not grow up not knowing how to garden. Our kids should not grow up not knowing how to apply for grants, not knowing how to read, not knowing how to do any of these things that's key to their survival. But they know all the new dances. But they got all the new Jordans. But they got all the new video games. Our kids should not grow up only speaking one language. Our kids should be going to high school already speaking 4 or 5 languages. What are you giving birth to? What are you producing? What are you producing? Look at where your family dropped the ball. Look at where your parents dropped the ball. And that's where you pick it up at and you keep growing. You keep growing. You keep learning. You have a job to do. This ain't all fun and games and we partying and having sex and video games. That's not what this is about. You will be destroyed. Remember what happened in the Great Depression? Remember, everybody thought everything was good, the stocks and everything. It was a good time in that time, right? Then out of nowhere, boom. Great Depression, stock market crash, couldn't get food, people losing their homes, people losing their businesses, we in the same era. History repeats itself. So y'all keep playing out here and not taking advantage of this information because the internet gonna go. The cell phone towers and all that shit gonna go. What's only gonna be left is what you learn. You got all the time in the world to download these PDF books, to learn about this, to learn about that, to learn these trades, to learn this information. Learn how to grow something. Learn how to grow your own food. This is what's going to be. These are survival techniques. You got to know how to survive. You can't depend on this government. They already showing you they don't care. They giving you bullcrap vaccines that is harming you. They tripping you. They gave you $1,200 to last you for 240 days. $1,200. Like, come on, y'all. Y'all gotta wake up. Newsflash. No, they gave him $1,200. Now it's $600. Now it's $600. How are you going to survive and feed your family with $600? And you telling me that you don't think you need to be in these books learning? You don't think you need to be learning and researching and finding out more information? You think you just need to be in the crib watching Netflix and Hulu? You don't think you need to put on your thinking cap and start preparing for just in case shit get worse? Y'all gotta wake up. Y'all gotta wake up and smell the coffee. You cannot depend on an invisible entity that you never seen. You never seen the government. You might have seen a president. You might have seen a politician. You might have seen a vice president. You never seen the government. You never seen the people that's behind the scene pulling the strings. They don't give a fuck about you or your family. This whole shit was for them to get richer and richer and richer and to make us poor. Like, come on. Y'all playing out here. Y'all gotta wake up and smell the coffee. Y'all gotta get y'all shit together. I'm gonna read it one more time. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. So God is basically telling you, because you didn't do your part in going out here learning, because you didn't do your part by going out here and acquiring information and studying and teaching your children and becoming smarter and evolving, I'm not going to do my part and help you out. Come on, y'all. All these books. It's books for days. Vitamins and minerals. It's books for days. Secret Society. It's books for days. It's Man Hail Thyself. It's books for days. Overcoming an Angry Vagina. Queen Hail Thyself. It's books for days. It's books on 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 different things you could be learning. You could be learning languages. You could be teaching yourself a new trade. You could be teaching yourself so much stuff, but we choose to be entertained. Entertainment is a distraction. These celebrities are distractions. These sports are distractions. These video games are distractions. They're distracting you for when shit really hit the fan. Learn. Stop playing with yourself and learn. I'm not saying you can't have your fun, you can't enjoy your holiday, you can't be with your family. I'm not saying that, but make sure you learning. Never stop learning, never stop growing, never stop evolving, never stop reading. Because the moment you stop, you get destroyed. A problem will come and you don't know the answer to that problem. A situation will pop up and now you got to pay somebody else to fix because you don't know the answer. Because you don't know the answer, you got to pay somebody else to fix your problem. You don't want to be caught in that situation. You don't want to be caught in that situation. Never stop learning. There's so many things you can learn about. You can learn about your car. You can learn about the human body, the human mind, sicknesses, disease, credit, languages. It's so many things to learn. You pay people because you don't know. That's the only reason why you use money. Because you pay people for something that you don't know how to do. Now, just think about how much money I just saved you. All you got to do is go out there and learn. The information is free on the internet. You can download all types of PDF. You can go on YouTube. You can learn how to do all this shit. But because you don't know how to do it, you got to pay somebody. Your cell phone break. Damn, you don't know how to fix it. Pay somebody. Damn, your light, your circuit breaker, your light. Damn, you don't know how to do electricity. You got to pay somebody. Your car broke down. You got a flat tire. You don't know how to fix it. You got to pay somebody. Everything you paying for is because you don't know how to do it. Because you stop learning. You stop growing. What did it tell you in the book? My people will suffer for lack of knowledge. That means if you knew better, you know how much money you would save just because you knew? You know how high your credit score would be right now because you knew? Because you just knew the information? You know how better off in a situation you would be right now if you just knew? What y'all waiting on? It's on you. I can't teach you this stuff. You got to pick the books up and read. You got to go out there and research that information. You got to download these PDFs. You got to study. You got to get your highlighters and start writing your notes. You got to do this and pass it down to your children. These white kids, they growing up with 600, 700, 800 credit scores. Why? Because their parents know the information. Their parents are teaching it to them. Their parents know. So if you got children, you should be learning about credit and this, that, and the third. So just in case you out of here, your kids will know. And they kids will know. This is how you build generational wealth. Come on, y'all. Y'all who y'all waiting on. But I ain't going to take up too much more of y'all time. Y'all got what y'all got out of me. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you go to UncLifeStore.com and purchase some stuff. We got books. We got crystals. We got all types of stuff. But the most important thing you need to do is always keep learning and growing. They made it cool to be stupid. They made it cool to be stupid. That's not cool. That is not okay to be stupid and then don't know what's going on and don't know how to fix your own problems. That's not cool. It's not cool to not know how to read. It's not cool to not know what's going on. That means you go anywhere and they could jerk you. They could charge you. They could overcharge you and you will never know because guess what? You stopped learning. Some of y'all right now go getting vaccinations and don't even read what's in the vaccine. You don't read. So you will suffer because you don't read. If you read what's in that vaccine, you would not take that shit. Some of y'all signing contracts. Y'all getting deals from other companies, record deals, sports deals. Don't read the contract. You getting jerked out of your money. Come on, y'all. It's not cool to be stupid. It's not cool to not know. I'm telling you right now as a man, if I knew this shit that I know right now, if I knew this at 18, come on, my family would have been out of poverty. You who you waiting on? You got to change it. If you on this live right now, for the people that's on this live right now, you got to change. You got to be the change in your family. You got to change your family tree. You got to change and make it a legacy. You got to make it so you creating millionaires and billionaires or people that know how to survive. Even if it ain't about the money, you got to make it so you know how to survive. What if all the water, what if you can't get water? What if you can't get food? Do you know how to grow your own food? Do you know how to farm? Do you know how to herb seeds? Do you know how to do these things?